Hello everyone, my name is Brianna Hansen and today I'm going to show you how to make an infinity symbol with CSS. So the first thing we need to do is go over here to our HTML and we need to create a div. And we're going to give this an ID and we're going to name this infinity just to go with what we're making here. Okay, so we have our div. Now we need to go ahead and we need to add our styling over here in the CSS. So let's add our infinity ID. And the first thing we need to do is we want to make it position relative. So it's relative to where it normally sits in the viewport. And we're going to give it a width and a height. So let's give this a width of 212 pixels, a height of 100 pixels. So this is generally the shape of what a normal infinity symbol looks like. We're going to give it box sizing. Okay, so we got box sizing content box. Now, as you can see, nothing displays and shows up because we don't have any background and we don't have any border. So for the sake of demonstration, I'm just going to add a border really quick, just a plain black border. Okay, so as you can see, we have our box, but we don't have anything in it. So we need to add our before and after pseudo elements that will make up our shapes. So let's go ahead and add those. We have our infinity before and our infinity ID of after. Okay, the first thing we need to do in this is we need to add some content. If we don't add any content, nothing will display. Now, obviously, we don't have any text or anything. We're going to have shapes. So we're just going to go ahead and add blank brackets here. And then again, we're going to add the box sizing in with the content box. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to make our shapes. So let's go ahead and add a width and a height. We're going to make these 60 pixels. And our height is 60 pixels. Now, as you can see, there's still nothing showing because we don't have a border or a background. So let's go ahead and add a border. And we're going to give these a pretty big border. With a 20 pixel border, we're going to make a solid red. Okay, so here we have our shapes that are showing up. And as you can see, they're not inside the box where we want them to be. So we're going to go ahead and add a position of absolute. So these are where we want them. Okay, now we've got the shapes where we want, and we can see we've got the borders on there, and we've got the color we want. So now we need to style these borders so that they're more rounded and not squares. So we're going to add a border radius, and we're going to add 50 pixels. Now, if we add 50 pixels, we see we just get a circle. So we want to add some styling for each of the corners. So we're going to do 3 of these corners, 50 pixels rounded, and 1 not changed at all. So now we can see we have a little bit of what's a teardrop shape, which is half of the infinity symbol, but we can see it's also not angled correctly to where we want it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to transform this and rotate it. So we're going to rotate it a negative 45 degrees because we want it to turn to the side. So now it's facing the right side and it's in the middle. So now we have 2 shapes. We have a before and after that are sitting on top of each other. And they are half of the infinity symbol, but there's 2 shapes and we need a whole infinity symbol. So we need to add some more styling for one of these elements. So let's go ahead and do the infinity after and change that up so that they're not sitting right on top of each other. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make this sit right directly on the right hand side. We want it clear on the right hand border. And as you can see, this isn't facing the direction we want it to face. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to rotate it again. So there's 2 different ways you can do this. We can change the border radius and then change the transform so that they are the correct shape, or we can just go ahead and just change the transform. I'm just going to change the transform angle so that's 135 degrees. So now we have our infinity symbol. So we have 2 halves that are the same size and shape, one of which is rotated so it faces a different angle and it completes one whole shape. And that is how we make an infinity symbol. And then we can go ahead, now that we're done, we can go ahead and we can remove our border. And then we have just the symbol, which is what we were after. And that is how you make an infinity symbol in CSS.